Hey everybody, this is Ron Risman with TimeLapseWorkshops.com, and I am setting up a 2-axis, probably a 3-axis motion control move time-lapse right here in Newcastle, New Hampshire on the water. And I just want to show you my behind-the-scenes setup so I can give you an example of what I basically use to set up my shot. So right now I'm recording this with a Sony a7R II, and for my rig I've got a Dynamic Perception Stage 1 dolly. I've got the new Emotomo Spectrum, which is a 2-axis pan and tilt head, and it also controls my 3rd axis, which is my slide axis. And I've got a couple of batteries here because I want to show you how I power the system. Right now I've got a Sony RX10 Mark III, and in the battery slot here I have my normal battery. Now this normal battery doesn't last that long. Maybe I get 300 or 400 shots out of it, maybe 500 if I shut the screen off. But if I want to go all day, this little battery is not going to last. So what I do is I slide in this dummy battery. And this dummy battery is part of what they call the case relay system. And the case relay system is a system that allows you to power your camera indefinitely using external USB battery packs. So let me show you how this works. So I've got my dummy battery in the camera, and I've got a little DC port that comes out of it here. And I've got the battery inside. So I'm going to slide this on my rig. Now you've got what they call the case relay camera power system. This is think of it as a UPS system for your camera. So you've got an uninterruptible power supply right here. And if I plug this into the camera, I can now power my camera from this built-in battery here. Now this is only a 1200 milliamp battery. So the first thought would be, and you can see the screen coming on here, and you can see me zooming in and zooming out with my zoom lens here. Hopefully you can see that. So while this 1200 milliamp battery is not as strong as this little battery, it doesn't have to be, because what it does is it continuously gets power off of an external USB battery pack. So this is the Tether Tools 10,000 milliamp battery pack. It's small, it's thin, it's lightweight, and it offers almost 8 or 9 times the battery power that the Sony battery provides. So I plug this into the USB port. Now I want to make sure I plug it into the 2.1 amp port rather than a 1.5 amp port. And what this will do, this will continuously charge this UPS, which is then powering the camera. So the camera draws power from this middle section, while this keeps on recharging from the battery pack. The benefit of this system here is that when you're doing a long-term time lapse, maybe you're doing a day to night time lapse and you might have 12 or 1300 frames, if for some reason your USB battery pack here isn't fully charged and it's starting to die on you, you can unplug it, your camera keeps on going, and I can then plug in another USB battery pack, and I'm good to go. So that is one of the most powerful and inexpensive battery pack systems for doing video with your camera or for doing time-lapse with your camera. So I do mostly time-lapse, so it's a really good configuration for me, and it basically takes one thing off the table that I don't have to worry about, and that is battery power. You know, there's so many things to worry about that can go wrong in a time lapse, from your focus being left on, your stabilization being left on, your battery possibly dying, your memory card running out. There's so many variables, not including motion control, that anytime we can eliminate one worry, we then can focus on other things. So now I don't have to worry about my battery life. I can then continue on and set up my shot and move on from there. And that is a behind-the-scenes look of how I'm setting up the shot using my Emotomo Spectrum, the Case Relay Camera Power System from Tether Tools, and the Dynamic Perception Stage 1 dolly. Thanks for watching.